YouTube, what is up? It's Dfishfan here, bringing you Cards Not to Forget, episode 4. So like I said, I wanted to bring you guys a different video today that's not just deck profiles from me. Um, as you know, I like to come up with random videos and post as many as possible. It's pretty much my strategy to this whole YouTube thing. So let's dive right into it. 5 cards that I don't think you should ever forget. First up, we got Rekindling. Now, I know most of you right now are probably saying, oh, Rekindling, of course we're not going to forget that. Flame Veils are amazing. Okay, so first of all, shut up. Second of all, it says, special summon from your graveyard as many fire monsters as possible with 200 defense. During the end phase, remove from play all the monsters that were special summoned by this effect. Now, obviously, the main point of this card is to swarm the field like crazy. It's one of the best cards, ever created for what its purpose is, which is to swarm the field and then synchro or exceed. Now, I guess you can do, or fusion, but that seems a lot harder. But Rekindling, I really see potential in this card, not for Flame Veils, although you could probably use Flame Veils. I could see Rekindling being used, bring back, level 4 Flame Veils like Magician and Fire Dog, and then you can Exceed, and then Synchro Stardust have protection for your Exceed or something in the future. Or if there's ever an Exceed monster that needs 3 level 4s, that would be amazing. So, or more, 3 or more level 4s. Because this is swarms like crazy. But the main reason I want you guys to not forget about Rekindling is because it says any fire monster with 200 defense. Now, if they ever create a tuner fire monster with 200 defense, or any fire monster with 200 defense that has a good effect, this no doubt I think will see play in a lot of decks that use that card. It may not necessarily just be Flame Veils. Maybe like it is a tuner, like I said, and it works perfectly well with some other card, and you can tech in Rekindling in there and get free tuners onto the field. So I really see a lot of potential in this card, not just for Flame Veils. Alright, so let's move on to the next one. Dark Resonator. Now this is a card that I know you guys are probably categorized as like noobish, which it kind of is, I gotta admit. It's like, those people that are new to Yu-Gi-Oh, you see them every so often. They're like, oh, this card is really good, blah blah blah. Like Scrap Iron Scarecrow is another card I consider pretty noobish. Magic Cylinder as well. But I have a gut feeling about this card that this card can be really good one of these days. It's a level 3 tuner, and it actually has decent attack at 1300, and dark. So there's a lot of good things about this card. Dark, low level tuner, 2, 3, 1. I consider those low levels. 1300 attack. And its effect, of course, is once per turn it can when it would be destroyed by battle, it's not. So I really see a lot of potential in this card being a tuner in a main deck. Like maybe this is your main tuner that you focus on. Obviously there's better tuners, I'm not going to deny that, but I really think that this card does have potential. Not really in Resonators. I'm sure it is good in there because Resonators suck, but maybe in the future, with some support, I think this card can be really good. Okay, next card up, Cloak and Dagger. If you saw my last deck profile video, which I'll go ahead and post right there, Cloak and Dagger is a card that I've really been looking into recently and planning on side decking this weekend to try it out. It's a really good card. Really good effect. I don't know about the card itself. Pretty much what it does is, in case you don't know, it's a continuous trap card, so you activate it, you declare one monster name, and if that monster is summoned, if your opponent normal summons, special summons, or flips that monster face up, so pretty much anything, it's removed from play along with this card. So a couple uses. I can really see it side decked, obviously, that's why I'm doing it. If you're playing against a deck that revolves around one card, example would be Machinas usually resolve around Fortress, GBs usually resolve around Bestiari, Samurais, Kagamusha, because that's their only tuner. Stuff like that. As soon as it comes into play, it's removed. So not sent to the graveyard, not sent back into the deck or to their hand or anything. It's removed. So kind of an advantage that I think is overlooked, and a card that's overlooked. And I really look forward to see how it does. So do not forget about it. Next card, Reptilian Medusa. Now, I was really big on this card when it came out. I really thought it had a lot of potential. And then I actually built a Reptilian deck, and they were just awful. Really bad deck. I think mainly because of the defense. Like, some of them require that they're in defense or some shit like that. But her effect is really, really good. You discard, you send a card from your hand, so that's already a little bit of a minus. And select one face-up monster your opponent controls. The attack of the selected monster is 0, and it cannot change its battle position. So definitely a card that I think can see a lot of playing time in the right deck. If one that tributes easily, not necessarily Frog Monarchs, because this one's probably a little slow for Frog Monarchs and this format. That's probably why it's not seen, or it hasn't seen playing time ever. But definitely in the future, I can really see this card being good in some decks. Sending cards to the graveyard and getting over literally anything in attack mode that can be targeted. So really, really good effect, at least. And it's a 2200 beater, which isn't terrible for one tribute. So yeah. Alright, last card up today is Magical Citadel of Endymion. This is the field spell for the spellcasters. Now, as you can see, it has a whole paragraph for a text effect, but it's actually very good. The main reason I wanted to bring this up to you guys is because I was actually playing against someone on Dueling Network earlier, or yesterday or something, and he had Citadel out there. He had a couple counters because he activated spell cards, and I activated Necro Valley and stupidly forgot about his effect where he just removes a counter and this card isn't destroyed. So there can only be one field spell on the field. So what happens? Necro Valley gets destroyed. So definitely an overlooked effect, and then obviously you have the spell counters effect if you're using a deck like that. But it's a really good card, It really does a lot for this type of deck. And it's a field spell, which is pretty convenient. It's hard to get around. And it does get a counter every time a spell card is activated, so that even adds to the goodness of this card, I guess you can say. Alright guys, so this is Cards Not to Forget, episode 4. Hope you guys enjoy. Laters. Bye.